Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, I am extremely pale. That is because I really wanted to try these Deck of Scarlet Mist Stake Proof mists. So I have a bronzer and two blushes that I am dying to try. Nikia Joy recommended these a year or so ago and I finally got my hands on them. I have 3 different shades. I am very excited to try them. Let's see if we can add some life to this ghost-like face. So they come in these black mist bottles. The top is like soft touch and the bottom is like a soft touch but a glass bottle. Now they have the little ball inside to help mix them up. And my bronzer is in the shade Illicit. They come in a spray bottle obviously because they're mist stake proof. So they're supposed to be mistake proof but they're also mists. See what they did there? So I have my clean palette here. I'm just going to spray some on and see what we're working with. Okay. So I got this little bubble here. That's what the bronzer shade looks like. It looks a bit yellow-orange, but we'll see how it looks on me. I thought I would try with a sponge and with a brush. So let me start off with my current bronzer brush. This is a Perricone MD brush. I'm just gonna dip a little bit in and see if I can kind of warm up the cheekbones a bit. It definitely adds some warmth, but I feel like it's a little warm for me. And I'm barely dipping into the very outskirts of this spray. I can only imagine how intense it would be if I went straight into that blob in the center. I would probably look like an Oompa Loompa. So it seems like it is very pigmented. Ooh. Too much, guys, too much. It does look very sun-kissed. I do have to say that. It does look very natural. I think I'd prefer it just a touch cooler tone, a touch more neutral, but it does look nice. Okay, so before, Casper. After, bronzed. Oh, I meant to use the sponge. Whoops. All right, then with my Maybelline Face Studio sponge, I dipped it in and I'm just kind of like working it into the sponge so it's not gonna be too intense. Okay, so we have brush side and we have sponge side. I was able to control where the product went a little bit easier with a brush just because this is quite a large sponge. I feel like it went a little bit too high, but I feel like I could easily clean that up with my foundation or concealer because I'm doing this all on cream products. No powder has been put down yet. So I think it looks fine either way. Okay, so I like applying it with a sponge better just because I feel like it's faster and it really like sinks into the foundation and concealer underneath. Both look fine. I mean, I definitely look sun-kissed and healthy and awake. So next we have the blushes. I have the shade Relentless and Savage. So let's start with Relentless and see what shade that is. It looks like it's gonna be like a peachy color. Little goes a long way, so I'm just gonna spray out a little bit. And then we have Savage, which looks like a paler pink shade. Now normally I would take a brush like this. This is my Smashbox blurring foundation brush, and I would just dip it in and apply. Start with the lighter one, which was Savage. It is very light. Is it too light for me? So let's jump over and try the sponge on the other side. I'm just dipping straight in and applying to the cheek. And it did soak up all of the blush, so I will need a second squirt if we stick with this one. 1 pounce and it's gone. So I feel like it's more pigmented with a brush, but it's very seamless with a sponge. So now let me try dipping into the brighter shade. I think that would be a beautiful color for the summer. Very pretty. And then again with the sponge on the other side. Okay, so applied more directly with a brush and more of like a general wash of color on this side. I still think that I prefer applying them with a sponge. It's just so easy and effortless. You can kind of pounce it all in. If you don't like the blush color, you can flip to your foundation side and clean it up a bit, or like soften the color a bit. It's just very easy. So the brushes are great if you want more intense pigment and more precise application. The sponge is great for a seamless, blurred application where you don't see a line where one starts and one stops. So, or perhaps you want to do a combination of both. Apply it with a brush and then pounce it in and smooth it out with a sponge. But so far I'm pretty impressed with these products. They squirt out quite a bit of product. I didn't even use half of the spray of bronzer that I used, and I don't think I would go any heavier on the bronzer than I already did. So they're very pigmented. You get a lot with each spray. I like that they come with a lid. I like that they have the ball inside to mix up the product. So far, I'm pretty impressed with these products. We'll see if they move throughout the day, so I'll give you guys an update here as I'm wearing it throughout the day and for the rest of the week, and I'll give you guys an update when I'm editing. But my first impressions of these products from the Deck of Scarlet brand is definitely a thumbs up for me. I can see why Nakia Joy liked them so much. I feel like the only improvement would be a slightly cooler tone bronzer, but I feel like this would be perfect for the summer. You just put on your tinted moisturizer, your tinted SPF product, pop these on, and you're good to go. So far, I'm liking it. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing kind of the swatches, a couple different ways to apply, and hearing my initial thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.